I'm lost for words right now.
Dinkelberg.
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And I wish I could do this video happy. I wish I could do this video with a smile on my face. But after what we just witnessed with this Bears team, I cannot. As we fall to 5-2 with a 24-10 loss on Monday Night Football in prime time to the Los Angeles Rams.
That is blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
But before I get into any part of this game, I just want to make sure that you guys are staying absolutely safe out there. I know it's still a lot going on, and I just want to make sure that you guys are staying absolutely safe. And also, about 60 to 70% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you fit into that category, go ahead right now and click that subscribe button, and also click the notification bell so you will not miss a single video. We are still on the road to 1K. We're almost there and need the support and love of you guys to get to that point. But enough with that. Let's get on to this game. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Okay, we're going to address the elephant in the room. We're going to address the elephant in the room. The Bears offensively. The Bears offensively. What more can I say than we sucked offensively? Now, this was something I was absolutely afraid of. I didn't want to speak it into existence. I did not want to say anything about it. I didn't even want to bring that up, but our offense has a ton of issues. Our offense has a ton of issues. It really, really does. Number one, our offensive line, it hasn't played well all season. Let's just be honest. Our offensive line has not played well all season. With injuries to Cody Whitehair now, James Dales is out for the year. Charles Leno, I'm sorry, guys. He's not very good. He hasn't been very good most of the year. Massey has been inconsistent. And Ifedi, he's a tackle playing guard. This offensive line is almost basically patchwork. And this was one hole which I feel the Bears did not address this offseason. The Bears did not address this offensive line. It wasn't really good last season. And the only thing we addressed was the hole that Kyle Long left in retirement. Our offensive line has not been good all season. And when you're playing a guy like Aaron Donald, the Rams did do a good job of designing ways to free him up, designing ways to move him around. So I will give the Rams credit for that. But even with that going on, the Bears still could not hold and sustain blocks at all. This was one question I really had coming into this year, and it has not been answered as if this offensive line was played better. The offensive line has been garbage. It's been garbage most of the year. And I seen a lot of people that said when we made the switch from Trubisky to Foles that this Bears offense will be better. This Bears offense will be elite. Foles will be elite. I haven't seen much consistent play from him most of the year either. You have a bad offensive line. You've been having inconsistent QB play for majority of the season. This offense, for majority of the season, I don't like Matt Nagy's play calling. I don't like his play design. I don't like his scheme. I feel it's too, number one, I feel it's too basic. It's not enough motion. I feel it's not enough design. I feel it's too simple. And it makes this Bears offense 100% easily defended. This Bears offense is easily defended. One stat that came up during the game, which I felt was absolutely absurd and crazy, is that the Bears do not have a 40-yard pass play all season long. I did not even realize that until that stat was brought up during the game. Even the Jets have a 40-yard pass play. The Bears don't. And the Jets are 5 times worse than us. The Jets are 5 times worse than us. And we don't have a 40-yard pass play for a touchdown? From a team that was 5-1 coming into this game? I've been saying for most of the year, this Bears team has been carried through the stellar play of the defense. It has been carried through the stellar play of the defense. And offensively, we started a lot of drives from back in our own end zone due to the good punting of Heckler and Ted Ginn Jr. As much as I love the guy from being a Buckeye, he didn't attempt to catch not one punt the entire game. And when you're starting from back there, and not only when you're starting from deep in your own territory, you don't move the football out of your own territory. You're punting from the back of your end zone, which necessarily creates good field position for the Rams. I mean, yeah, you're back there, but you have to design or do something to move the football out of there. Even if you don't necessarily score or do anything, at least convert one first down, and that could change the game of field position. It makes it harder for this Bears defense to really defend and really call things schematically when you're defending half of a field for the majority of the game, because even when your offense is backed up, they do not move the ball out of their own end zone. It's hard to watch this offense. It's really hard to watch this offense. And I still don't understand why Demetrius Harris is still in the game. He's dropped the ball so much all year, and his blocking, he's been called for holding at least 2 or 3 times. I know he got called at least twice tonight, and yet Demetrius Harris is still getting more targets than Cole Kmet. That long bomb to Cole Kmet, we see what he can do, but yet we don't use him in our offense. I saw another stat. Demetrius Harris has, I think it said 15 targets. Cole Kmet, 5. Inexcusable. And one thing that really came to my head after this game, the Bears spent a lot of capital defensively, and the only things that we really showed offensively this offseason was the draft capital and the money spent to get Foles from Jacksonville and signing Jimmy Graham to that 2-year deal. Jimmy Graham has panned out. Nick Foles, he's getting paid $18 million. He hasn't played like it. He has not played like it. The quarterback switch, it really didn't change too much in our offense. The offense really, actually, to me, it still looks the same. 2 things I don't like about this Bears offense. 1, offensive line has been horrible. 2, our play calling has been horrible. Now, there's been a lot of people that said you can't execute with the bad offensive line, which is agreeable to an extent. It's agreeable. But when you don't have a design, you don't have a scheme that can create angles, you're running a lot of just straight up hand the ball off offense. Even in the running game, I haven't seen a counter. I haven't seen a power. You haven't created a single angle for an offensive line to block. And me being a former offensive lineman in high school playing days or whatever, when you have an angle on a guy that's created, it's a much easier block than keep blocking everything straight up. And when you have an offensive line that's not necessarily the best, you have to scheme ways to create angles in your offense. Just look at the offense that Sean McVay designed against the Bears defense. You saw a lot of jet motion. You saw some different angles that were created. You saw some misdirection. From the Bears, you seen not nan bit of it. And I think this Bears offense will be better if you actually had a fullback in the backfield sometimes. I will put Cole Kmet in the backfield. I will put Jimmy Graham sometimes in the backfield. To change up the design and change up the look at the offense, change up the formations. But when everything is coming so simple and defenses know what's coming, it's easier to defend as a defender. When you know what's coming, you see the design, and you know you're going to get X, Y, and Z from that offense, it's an easier offense to defend when you don't have creativity in it. So I blame the offensive line, and I also blame Nagy. You have to draw up some type of way to schematically, design-wise, create some type of offense. You can't keep calling everything so straight up. You cannot. With the offensive line that's not very good, you have to create different ways to move the football instead of just throwing everything just straight up, hitch routes, simple just hand the ball off run plays. It has to be some design. It has to be something different. Now, a lot of Bear fans were so quick to criticize Trubisky, but I haven't seen none of that criticism for Foles because he hasn't been much better. We can blame the offensive line. Yes, they haven't been great. But even then, Foles has still made some plays, some very head-scratching plays. These last 2 weeks, he's made some very head-scratching throws. Especially on the pick tonight, one of the picks tonight in the end zone, trying to create something out of nothing that was there, and last week. So my thing for the offense is Nagy's play design and scheme has to be better. Of course, this offensive line has to be better. But I feel you can create different ways, even with not so great of an offensive line. You can create different ways to move the football. I just feel that Matt Nagy doesn't coach towards the team's strengths, and he has everything just locked into his system, and that's what it's going to be. At least that's the way I see it from my perspective. Everything is just so simple and so basic, and it hasn't really adjusted much from game in to game out that teams – it's easier to defend like that. This is the second game this season where the offense only mustered 3 points. I don't count that last touchdown against the Colts. I don't. This is the second game this season, with Foles, mind you, that this Bears offense only mustered 3 points. We can't always blame the quarterback. The offensive line is bad, but at some point we have to put the pressure on Nagy to draw up a better scheme, draw up a better design. Execution-wise, it could be better. But when you're giving plays that's so simple and so basic and so easy to defend, what else are you going to do? But I'm going to turn things over to this defense. Tackling was not very good. They were caught out of position by a lot of the mismatches, a lot of the motion and jet motion created by this Rams offense and designed by Sean McVay. If you follow me on Twitter, I even said the way that McVay has called this game, he called a very good game. The Bears defense did as much as it can, but when you're defending half of a field for majority of the game, it's only so much you can do. This is not the 85 Bears defense. Don't expect this defense to stop every single thing. We cannot expect this defense to stop every single thing. Because you can tell at some points in this game, this Bears defense was tired. This Bears defense was tired because the offense were having short possessions. The offense really wasn't putting points on the board. And the defense had to go defend another half a field. The defense did not play the best of games. I just feel too much of this ball game in particular was put on them. I even felt the way the game was going, the Bears were going to have to create a turnover in order for us to even have a chance to win this game. The defensive touchdown by Eddie Jackson, which finally was left on the board by a penalty, but that was too little, too late. The game was pretty much out of hand already, and the offense was not getting any type of a rhythm. We cannot keep winning football games that way, and I've seen this coming. I honestly, I've seen this type of a game coming. Too much pressure of this Bears season has been put on the defense. Too much pressure has been put on the defense. People want to say, oh, the defense was bad. The defense didn't play well. They had some holes. They had some flaws. But at the end of the day, complimentary football was not there today. We can't just sit here and just putting the game on the defense. It has to be here. Maybe slightly one, slightly this, but for me, this game was literally, they want the defense here while the offense was still stuck in neutral. They want the defense to be in full drive, 100%, and just score on their own, do everything, and the offense was still stuck in neutral and couldn't do anything. And then if you guys watch this channel, I've been saying complimentary football is the way you win games. That is not the way you won today. That is not the way you could have won the game today, because complimentary football was non-existent. Complimentary football was non-existent with this Bears team. So I can't even place all the blame on the defense, even though they had some flaws and did not play well. They were defending half of a field. It sucks. It was really hard to watch this game. It was really hard to watch this game. But like I said, McVay designed a very good game plan. I'm not going to be the one to just, everything is blamed on one. It's literally the game design of Sean McVay was a very good game design. The Bears made some plays, the Bears made some stops, but too much of the game was put on them. Despite a good design and a good offensive series and a good offensive setup by McVay and the Rams offense. Coming into this game, the Rams offense has been very good this season. It has been very good this season. They balanced. They ran the football very well. Jared Goff was able to make some plays throwing the football. And the way McVay designed motions and the way McVay designed the scheme of his offense, it was a very good game plan to get some weaknesses of this Bears defense and slow down the pass rush. Now, by it, the Rams offensive line is a lot better than ours, but I feel at the end of the day, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. The Rams offense had a very good game design for our defense. Our defense literally had to make a turnover to get us in this game because of the offense. The way this offense looked, I'll just say it doesn't bode well going into our tough part of the schedule. The way our offense looked tonight and has been looking for majority of this season does not bode well for us going into this tough part of our schedule. It does not. I'm the one to be optimistic and hopefully that this offense can get things together so we can play better complementary football and not put so much of the game pressure on our defense. But this is week 7 and we haven't shown a consistent offensive game yet. We haven't shown consistency on offense yet. And this is an offensive league. Albeit you do have both units working together, but it just feels the defense has to outwork the offense for us to win games. It showed up tonight versus a very competitive football team, a very good football team, a team that is probably going to make the playoffs 9 times out of 10 in this Los Angeles Rams football team. I hope this offense can adjust. I hope the game plan can adjust. I hope the design can adjust. I just hope things can be better offensively so we won't have to put so much of the pressure on our defense. This is hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to put words together, especially looking the way we just looked. It's hard to put words together, y'all. I'm trying my best to stay positive. I'm trying my best to keep this going forward. We're 5-2, so we're not in a bad spot. We're a 5-2 football team. So we're still ahead of the curve. But there are a lot of things that can be corrected. And majority of those things I feel is offensively. At least that's how I see it. Majority of what has to be corrected for this Bears team is on the offensive side of the ball. It really is. We can't keep relying on our defense to win us ball games, game in and game out, where we're not producing yardage, producing time of possession, and producing points, and just playing the game of field position to our advantage. But we're still 5-2, so we're still ahead of the curve, like I said, but we're going into our tough part of the schedule, and if this offense consistently plays like this, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. That is all I have for you guys today. Be sure to like the video. Comment your thoughts down below of this Bears loss. What you think was the key to the loss? What did you see? I would really love to see what you guys have to say about it because I actually do read my comment section. So I want to know if you guys agree with anything I said, disagree with anything I said. Just leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I want to keep this conversation going on this Bears game to see what other fans think of this contest. And also share the video and also subscribe to the channel. We are still very, very close to hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I could not be at this point without the love and support that you guys have shown to me and this channel over these 2+ years of me going full hard at it. Love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. But that's all I've got. APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the power ranking video. Peace.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.